This is Moringa seeds picked from Arba Minch. Right here from the gardens of Paradise Lodge. Freshly picked about 20 minutes ago. This is no? Look, this is the garden, Paradise Lodge, where the Moringa seeds were picked. I'm back in London now, back on the balcony garden, which is looking good. It's mid-May, so the weather is getting warmer, so things are getting greener. Even the rosemary is starting to recover, but the main reason for we're here today is to look at these Moringa seeds, which I got from Arba Minch in Ethiopia. Here they are. They kind of look like garlic, I think. And I tried a few, and I got other people to try the seeds. This is the outer shell, and when you peel them you get the white seed inside. Let's put it in the sun so you can see it properly. That's how they look. I kept them in this towel to keep them dry, but also to let them breathe. And what I will do is plant a few outdoors and a few indoors, and maybe eat some of the seeds as well. Each of these, there's one seed inside. And there are various methods to planting these. I've seen people soaking them first with the shell, some people removing the shell. I'm not quite sure how I should go about doing this, that I'll figure it out. But yeah, the seeds have arrived in London, and let's see if I manage to grow them. The plan is to grow them as at least to the seedling stage, and beyond that I'm not sure. I don't think the season is long enough to do anything else. These things can grow up, can grow to be quite big trees, up to 10 feet tall, I think, maybe even more than that. And I just don't have the space. This is just a balcony, so I don't have room for that. So the plan is to grow these almost as microgreens. See how the seedlings do, how they look, taste, feel, and that'll be it. I won't be able to grow them out in full. Even indoors, I'm not sure I have enough direct sunlight to grow them to full size. So for now, that's the plan. But yeah, I'm very pleased to have these seeds. I've been looking to get them for about 2 years. I've been trying to get Moringa seeds from various places. This is my first successful attempt. I think there are markets in London that sell them. I did try the seeds that somebody got from Brixton Market, which isn't far from me. I'm in Vauxhall, so It's only 2 stops on the tube. So I think if I have any luck with these, then I might get them. I might get some more from Brixton. I don't think it's illegal to bring these seeds in this way. But I don't know. They're here anyway. They're here now. It's too late to worry about that. So they are in the sun. They really look like garlic, and they are not garlic. These are Moringa seeds in their shells from Ethiopia, Arba Minch. I'm cracking open one of the shells so you can see what it looks like inside. It's a soft, powdery texture. It's a very unusual seed. I've never seen a seed like this. And it's hard to do this with one hand, but this is how I'm opening it. And eventually, almost feels like styrofoam. This inner layer, you know, in a tree there is the inner layer. What was it called? The cambion. I think it's called the cambion layer. When you peel off the bark of a tree, there's the cambion layer. That's what this reminds me of. Got the skin, the dry skin, then there's another layer, another type of skin, and then there's, I don't know what this inside, the soft, or the equivalent of the cambion layer, and then inside is the moringa seed. It's white. I'm sure I've seen a black version, and I'm gonna eat this. It's got like 4 different tastes. When you first bite into it, it's this bitter taste, it's a nutty taste, and then there is this, it gets sweeter and sweeter until you swallow it, and there's a definitely sweeter, almost menthol-like aftertaste. At least 4 or 5 different tastes. The seeds are edible. Very strong taste, and very pleasant. I like it, so I've just eaten that. Whew. I won't be eating anymore. So that's what the seed looks like. And in terms of planting, I think I'm going to do maybe 3. I'll plant these 3, and when I'm going to put them is over there where I used to have lettuce growing. Wow, that sweet aftertaste is really coming strong now. Very pleasant. There's no other taste like it. I can't describe the aftertaste. And then maybe plant the rest, or eat the rest, or give them to family. And I'm going to take them to also a farm that I go to in London called Organically, and I'll show them if they're interested in growing this in their greenhouse. So let me see if I can peel this with one hand while filming. I do have a tripod, but I don't know where it is, and I can't be bothered. You really need to drink some water after you've tasted the seed. It kind of dries out your mouth. So you you can see inside. One seed is peeking through. It's interesting. A week ago today I was in Ethiopia, and now here I am in London. Sorry about the noise. It's definitely not as tranquil here as it was in Arba Minch. So there's my second seed. They all have different shapes, and these were picked from the garden in Paradise Lodge. Let's take a closer look. So as fresh and organic as it can get. I did see the trees as well, but I just forgot to film because I just stumbled upon the trees. They grow abundantly over there in people's gardens and out in the forests. And while I was in Arba Minch, I did go into the forest that you can see from Paradise Lodge when you look down. If you see some of the shorts I published over the last week, you will see from Paradise Lodge there's a view out onto the Arba Minch or 40 Springs forest, looking out towards Lake Abaya, which is the second largest lake in Ethiopia, and out into Lake Chamo on the right, and in between is a mountain. I think that mountain, they told me, it's called God's Bridge or something along those lines, because it sort of connects the two lakes. So this is the second seed. So it was interesting to visit. I had been there before. This was my second trip out into the 40 Springs forest. I did go to see the Dorze village as well, which is about an hour drive from Arba Minch Town, up hills into the mountains. It's a mountainous village, Dorze village. It's a village up in the mountains. The Dorze people used to live in the lowlands, but they moved up into the mountains for better living conditions. That's where they live now. So that was a very interesting visit. So those are my 3 seeds. So this is the debris, all of which will go into the soil. This will be very good fertilizer. None of it will go to waste. I will put this in the soil when I plant the moringa. There they are. I'm going to fertilize some of the soil with this used coffee grounds, because I haven't used this soil for a while, since I grew some lettuce over the autumn winter. And this is a full tub of used coffee grounds. I get through a lot of coffee, and this is fully dried, no mold, and I've made a video about how I stop mold from growing in used coffee grounds, because that's a common problem when you're trying to save used coffee grounds, and if you don't dry them out properly you will get mold. I don't know if the mold is in itself harmless or not, but in any case this is very clean, nice, good Ethiopian coffee. So I'm going to, this is really the only soil amendment I'm going to add to fertilize. I don't really have anything else. Hopefully this should be enough. I'm not sure what kind of soil moringa likes. It grows in very rich soil in Arba Minch. Clearly don't have that kind of soil here, but this will do. It's organic matter. So some people say coffee grounds make your soil too acidic. I'm not sure about that, because most of the acid should already be used up when we make the coffee, so I think it will be fine. I can probably add this soil next to it. I grew some basil here, but for now, and then I don't even need to mix it that much, because the microbes and worms should do the work for me, and I don't want to disturb the soil too much, because that's another thing I've learnt, is that from the no-till, no-dig gardening method, it's usually best practice not to disturb the soil too much. And I will cover in mulch later on. Slight change of plan. So I've prepped the soil. I added some more from this pot where I grew some basil. So this is now with soil amendments in terms of used coffee grounds and some leftover soil, and also the debris of the shells that peeled off the seeds. So I've decided to plant or to sow 6 seeds. The first 3, you can see there's 1 over there, 2, and then 3. These are the ones where I peeled off the shells, and then I'm going to try them with the shells as well, because I have seen some people having better results with the shells, and some say that the ones with the shells could be stronger, because they have to the seeds have to fight their way out, and they become stronger, the plants, as a result of going through that process. So it's probably not a good idea to remove the shells, the shells, and just keep them as nature intended. So the other 3 with the shells is 1 here, there, and here, sort of spaced out in a zigzag shape to give them a bit more space. And this debris is just the shells that I peeled off. And I've already watered the soil I will water it on top as well, but I do that so I don't dislodge the seeds when I water. And then the next stage will be to cover them with mulch. But yeah, I'm just going to bury them a bit deep. These ones, I'm not quite sure how. I think these should be a bit deeper, maybe. There is a rule about how deep to bury these things, but I can't remember what the rule was. About twice the length or the width of the seeds, I think, is meant to be, but I don't know. I think this should do. Hopefully they'll peek through. So they're gone. And now the next step is to cover them with mulch. I'm going to use fresh mulch. These are shells from ground nuts and pistachio nuts. And I've made a video about how I use these to mulch everything in my garden. You can see in all my plants, in all my pots, is my kale, mint. Everything is mulched with shells from various types of nuts. I just find this is a good way to repurpose, and I don't have to buy mulch or get it from somewhere else. So I've been saving these, get through a lot of these, so sometimes they blow off in the wind, but generally they don't. They stay put. So it's a win-win. Reuse, recycle, repurpose, which I try and do when I can. And it's very attractive as well. It's nice to look at. So I think that should be enough. And I'll water it some more to hold down the mulch and make sure it doesn't dry out. But that's it. Hopefully these will grow, and I'll make another video as soon as I see any progress. So that's it for today. I still have about 8 seeds left, and seeds can last for a long time, so I'll keep this in case anything goes wrong with the ones I've sown, and I'll be able to experiment. It's still early on in the season here in the UK, so if the ones I've planted fail, then I probably have time to plant again before the summer is over, maybe in June, and see how it goes. But for now, that's where I've planted, where I've sown the seeds, covered in mulch, watered again, and that is also the sunniest spot on my balcony. It gets morning and afternoon sun, and in the summer that could be anywhere from, I would say, 4 to 5 hours on a good day, direct sunlight. So that's why I've picked that spot, anywhere in this area really, but I didn't want to take up space I didn't want to move the rosemary and lavender. These are my loyal plants. I've been with me for 3 years now, so wish me luck. Hopefully Moringa will be a success. Moringa seedlings, we'll see in a few weeks or a month's time, and I'll update on progress. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.